Hello again YouTube, it's Sunday 30th of March 2025. It's Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. This is the first day I've had back down here now since we did the clear out with the tractor last weekend, and the ground has dried up a little bit, so it's given me a bit of an opportunity now to see what we have to deal with. Now you can see this is the gravel or rubble, whatever you want to call it, that was uncovered last week. So this was all piled up, we think. I don't think it was actually laid out like this. I think the tractor just spread it out when we were trying to get everything loaded up into it. But there was a big mound here, which I think was probably all that. So there's two options for this, and that's going to be either, I think, come down with the tractor again with a proper bucket on the front like you would have on a JCB and try and scoop it up, or I can get the wheelbarrow out and the shovel and just take it one barrel at a time and see if I can create some sort of path edge along the front of the Granary building here, just to have somewhere kind of easy to walk on and neat to walk on. But obviously that means digging out all this stuff too. I'm more inclined to think I'll probably do that. Then up here we have all this wood. So I haven't even had a really proper chance to look at this yet. But like, it feels kind of solid. I don't think it's too bad, but there might be woodworm and stuff in it. Over along here it looks like a bit of rot is set in there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all that in here for now and get it dried out properly. If it's any good, I was thinking either I might be able to make some benches for sitting on in here, or maybe a work table for upstairs, so like a workbench that I can just use for making stuff. So yeah, so we'll get at that. Ed has just been fed. Hello Ed. And then the other big question I still have is these guys and these guys, and there's more rocks under here and stuff you can see kind of poking through the grass. So what I might try and do as well is maybe kind of scrape off the top layer of grass and muck and whatever else is there, and just try to work out if these are actually part of walls or if it's just the whole area that's covered. So I might just do some patch tests first and see how I get on. But because today's Mother's Day, it's going to be some family time later on, so I don't have as long here this afternoon as I normally would have on a weekend. But I think first of all, the wood, that's what we're going to move first. Right, let me get my wheelbarrow. Turns out getting a wheelbarrow along here and into here is not the easiest. So what I've just noticed is, because this is dried off now, there is concrete along here. So I might just clear away as much as I can from in front of the door here and just see how far that goes up there. It looks like it stops around here because there's a bit of a fall off, but I don't know if it actually goes up past the door there. If it did, that'd be great. Right, I'm going to start digging that and see how we get on. So just when I thought I was done clearing out the roots of old ivy plants and stuff, more of the same here. So I'm not sure how far beyond this point it goes, or beyond this point, because it does drop down a little bit there. But I suppose it would make sense to maybe just dig out around this other door here a little bit before going any further, just to see if it's the same thing there, where there is some concrete under that door, and if the two paths meet up in some way. So I'll give that a go now. Okay, so unfortunately it does not appear that there's a path that goes all the way to here that meets up with the other one. There is a kind of a flat flagstone here at the front and a few rocks around it, or other flat stones, but there's so many roots in along here. You see me pulling them out. Like, there was a kind of a tree growing here at the corner that I cut a few months ago. Another one here, so all those roots are coming out. I don't know if they are ivy roots or some different annoying species, but there's a few more stumps coming up there as well, which just makes pulling this stuff out very hard work. So I might just leave this here for now and concentrate on just making a bit more space at the front there where Ed is, and that'll help me get a clear track for the... I'll keep going to say tractor. That'll help me get a clear track for the wheelbarrow to go in without having such a bumpy ride from up there. Okay, this keeps getting stranger and stranger. So we have the concrete part here, and then once we reach here, there's like round stones that have been laid out. It's really possible to see them in this light, but they've been laid out to make a little bit of a path here. And then I get over to here again, and it looks like there's more concrete under that. So I am a bit perplexed as to why it's like that. Now, don't get me wrong, if there's concrete there, I'm not complaining. But it's just, you know, it might be the path that I was hoping for. What do you think, Ed? So I'll have to keep digging at this and just see what it reveals. It'll give a better idea of what I'm dealing with here. So, concrete, stones, concrete. Yeah, these stones are all very deliberately laid. They're round stones with no sharp edges that have been probably set in concrete, and they run along the side here as well too, so I'd imagine that was for drainage or something. Why they're out here though, I do not know. It's kind of hard to tell. Now, I did have a really terrible thought, and this goes back to what I was thinking about. Maybe there was an outbuilding here before as well, but obviously this was a working farm at one stage, and it's quite possible that this is where, you know, they parked the tractors, you know, and did stuff, which could mean that it was just a surface for driving tractors on and stuff like that. There mightn't have been any grass here before at all, and if that's the case, you know, there could be just a layer of stones around the whole place. Which would, again, throw another spanner in the works. Wouldn't be the end of the world. Like, you could just put some topsoil over it or something like that and then put a lawn on it, I would imagine. So yeah, just something that occurred to me now. I still don't know how far out this guy goes, because, you know, it doesn't seem to be ending going this way anytime soon. I'm not sure about that way. It might end where I finish there or not. It's just that I keep hitting stones and I keep having to dig out more of the big stuff around it before I can, you know, see what's underneath. But for now, what I'm going to do is try and create a little semi-level path or something that I can just bring this wheelbarrow from up here down into here and then bring the wood into there. And if I can get that done today, I think that'll be about as much as I can do. Right, okay, let's try that. Okay, so after putting a few of these in the wheelbarrow and getting a closer look, I don't think this is going to be of much use. You can see down here all this dust. That's from woodworm eating all the wood. So I can't imagine there's going to be anything really salvageable in there. Pretty much all of it has traces of woodworm and rot in it. And this is not new wood. Like, there's nails sticking out of it everywhere. This one was burnt a bit. Some pieces are still nailed together. So I've no idea where this came from, but it doesn't look like it's worth trying to save. So instead of bringing it into the shed, I think I would just stockpile it with the wood from the roof of this shed and just pile it up there for now, because it's yeah, it's not worth keeping, unfortunately. Okay, there we have it. Out of all of that wood that I brought over, it was all rotten, except for this one piece of treated timber. I salute you. Yeah, so that's just going to be dumped. Even the pallets that we're sitting on were rotten. Like, it's so that leaves this space cleared now. All the sawdust and everything. But again, I have no idea what is under here. If it's rocks or what, I have no clue. So I think that's pretty much all I'm going to get done today. And to be fair, it was bad for a couple of hours of work. About half a path. I think the next time I'm down, I'll just keep clearing up this end up towards that and just try and figure out what's underneath it, and if I can do this side as well down as far as these steps, I think that would be pretty good progress. But it's difficult to dig this stuff out because of all the rocks and the roots and everything else. But yeah, look, it has to be done. I'm still not sure about what's under all these guys. Like here, what I'll probably do is dig a couple more test holes and just see if there's a wall or if it's just completely covering the place. When it comes to these tarpaulins, so these I think are the side curtains from lorries, because they have the hooks and stuff on them. So yeah, they are. So what I might do there is drag them out one at a time, get them as flat as possible, get a power hose to them, and clean them down. And if there's any there that don't have any tears in them and can be kept for something for maybe in the future, I'll fold them up and store them in the shed. But if there's any tears, or if there's, you know, if they're not worth keeping, we'll just have to skip them. Right, okay. See you next day. This is Ed make himself a little toilet. There you go, good boy. Yep. Now, will you cover it up again? No one will ever know. Perfect crime hide.